Alright, so today I'll be working on this blender, this Osterizer Deluxe Blender. Alright, so it have off, low, high and off. Alright, so the thing with this blender now, it working, but just the drive stud. Alright, so the drive stud gone. The coupling gone. Alright, so this is the coupling. The drive stud. So we're changing. You see coupling breakout. So we're putting on this new drive stud and the coupling. Right, so this is the coupling and this is the drive stud. So we put on this new one, and this is the old one. You can see the old one break out. Right, so I'll show you working. I'll plug it on. Alright, so it's working. I will disconnect the power and start to open it. It has three screws. It has two screws. Alright, so you have two screws to remove. Alright, so we look at it. We look at it on more screws. Alright, so I take out these 4 screws. You look at them screws holding the cover, the bottom part. Yep, it's holding it down, so I move that. Alright, so remove the bottom part. Then you remove this part. And if you can see, right, somebody open this. I'm gonna get a light. Show you. Alright, so if you can see, somebody opened this before. I don't know what I do, but I tape up the wires. I don't know what I cut the wires for, and I tape up. Alright, so to get this blade out, right, normally is hold this end with a pliers or a spanner, and this end, right, so you hold this end, but how this end break out, there's nothing to hold anymore, so you cannot take it out that way now. For you to get out this blade, this fan, you gotta remove them screws down there, them 4 screws in the bottom that hold the motor. Remove them 4 screws. Alright, so I done remove all the 4 screws that hold the motor. So I'll pull out this. Alright, so 1 screw is slacking still. Alright, so you can see, right, somebody, I don't know what surgery I do, they tape up this, right, so this tape up, they use a piece of wire to tie it up to. I don't know why they do this. This is not the correct way to do this, right? The correct way to do this is to use shrinking tube, right? But this thing exposed, I don't know. This is like very poor work. Look, they use a connector here, right? And they tape up the wires. You can see I tape the wire inside there. They cut the wire and tape it up. Alright, so that is very poor work. But I will not correct this. I will leave it how it is because I don't want to correct it. Because next thing gets worse. So I will not correct this. Alright, so next step now is to remove this. So you got a socket. And hold one end, and then with the other end, use that pliers, and then it slacken. Alright, so we slacken this. Here's our side. Remove this. And the spacer. Alright, so now to get out this piece of coupling, right, you have to remove these screws here. You see these 2 screws? This how they come out. Right, unscrew the other screw. And then you just raise up. Right, so, and you pull it out. Now the next step now is you hold the armature with one hand, and then you use a pliers and hold the coupling that break out and just turn it. Right, so just like that, and it come out. Alright, so I don't know, the person who repaired this before, right? Where it is? Where is the coupling? If I can find the old coupling, I just press down. Right, so I noticed something, right? The person who repaired it before, it so happened that the person who repaired it before, they stick it. Now if you watch carefully, you can see it's like plastic welding. Watch this. Right, watch this. So this is the original coupling, right? And they just put plastic welding around it, stick it, and give back the owner it and say it working. Right, so this is wrong. The speed this have, right, and the purpose of this, right, the purpose of this machine and the speed this machine have, nothing can stick this down. The best thing is do is just to replace the old one with a new one. Right, so the person who tried to fix this, they know what they was doing. So this wrong. See, all this hard plastic welding, look how easy that come out. Come out easy. No wonder it didn't last long. Right, so now you put on the new one. Right, so this whole pliers one end. Now you're holding the metal part, right? You're not clamping on the rubber part, clamping on the metal part below, and you just turn to tighten. Now that's not too tight, but just tight enough. Right, so now go in there. Now put back this. Before I put back that, right? For this to go back in, for the armature to go back in, you have to remove the brushes. The brushes is in the way right now. Right, so let's remove the brushes. Alright, so the brush is good. That is one side. Now the other side. Alright, so this brush is good too. Alright, so now that the brush is removed, this will go in easy, because normally the brushes will be bouncing against this top part. So you put back the washer, you put back this part here. Anyhow, we will fix that. Put back this part here, and then this piece. Alright, so now just screw it up. You see, kind of difficult to line up this because the wires are very short, so you don't have enough space, enough room to move around. Right, so this is one of the problem with this. Alright, so I'll make sure the wires in, not inside. Yeah, what? I will pause the video, put on 2 screws and get back to you, right? Everything hook up. Install the 2 screws. Alright, so now let's put back this together. Alright, so everything is seated good. Alright, so the next step now is to put back the screws that hold on the motor. Now this is going to be a little tricky because the area we're working on is very small. I don't know why they make this so hard. Alright, so that's one. And then we have 3 more going to put. So this will take a while. So here what, I will pause the video and install all 4 and get back to you, right? Alright, so this is the last screw. Alright, so that's the all 4 screws inside tighten. That hold the motor in place. Alright, so the next step now is to install the drive stud. It is just on and screw it up until it's tight, and then take a pliers and hold one end. And then you tighten the other end. Alright, so not too tight too. And then you put back the brushes together. Now this will be real tricky. So what I'll do is pause the video and put on the brushes, because the area that I'm working on is very small, and this will take a while. So right, I'll put the brushes and get back to you. Alright, so I installed the brushes. Right, and you can see the wire here. The person who worked on this before, like I said, it has some wires cut up and thing. And I'm not going to correct it because it's working. Alright, so the next step now is to put on this part. Put on the blade. Up, everything hook up. Right, now the next step now is to put back this. Now this part is to secure the wires so you won't touch the blade. So I'll scrub this first. Alright, secure the wires. Put on the back cover. Alright, so I'll plug it on and show you. Alright, so this is the new coupling. And this is the old coupling with some parts. The person who opened this before, you can see they put a connector and some tape and wire. They do trap. I don't like the work. Alright, so you plug on. So this is off, low. Yeah, that was high, and this is off. Right, so you're working. So now you know how to install a coupling and a drive stud on an Osterizer Deluxe Blender. So thanks for watching all my videos. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, leave a comment below. Until next time, Mr. Fixer 360 saying good luck with all your repairs.